another interesting life today where we're going to speak on a lovely topic. I hope that it will connect with you today, that you will share it amongst your family, friends, co-worker, anybody you think that will be interested in today's topic. Welcome everyone. Hence the reason for my hat. I'm going to do today's my wash day, so I'm gonna wash my hair. So I don't decide not to comb it. So I just decide to just pop a hat on and welcome everybody. So let me start by saying welcome. I'm gonna quickly do this live quickly as soon as possible. I'm gonna finish this live. So today's topic: why should people not rely on others for their happiness? I want to encourage each and every one of you. Sometimes we all at one point in our life rely, or because we want to mature enough to understand the difference between clinging to somebody else and looking for others to create happiness for you instead of you create for yourself. So why people should not rely on others for their happiness? Searching for happiness can be something that is a sole source of happiness, okay, in others. Generally is advisable against. I am against you putting your sole source of happiness in others. I am against that. So I hope you are as well, because it can lead to emotional distress and unfulfilling relationship, unfulfilling relationship, because a lot of time rely solely on someone else to create our happiness, that we are relying on them too much, and that because with that it can lead to emotional distress and unfulfilling relationship. Happiness in its deepest and most stable form is an internal job. So you have to be the one to work on it and make sure that you are the sole person responsible for your happiness. Here are three reasons why you should not rely on others for your happiness. Okay, so number one, vulnerability and instability. Let me break it down for you. Please, if you join, thumbs up the live, share it so that more person can come in. Placing your key to happiness in someone else's hands, meaning that you are in an emotional, that means you are putting yourself in an emotional state. Okay, you are depending on their action, their mood, and their presence, because if they are not there with you, that's why you're in an emotional state, because you are heavily relying on them. So if they are not in a if you are depending on them and their actions, they are not present in terms of their mood, how you are so clingy, that is the problem with you. People change relationship end. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It can be like a friendship, or you understand, it can be any relationship. Okay, it doesn't have to be something that is intimate. What I'm telling you, sometimes we have to stop placing our happiness on others. Circumstances might shift in a relationship, so always remember your variability and your instability has a great role to play in that. So make sure that you are stable, and people's circumstances can change, and if you are heavily relying on them, okay, it will you will become in an emotional state. If the source of your happiness, okay, comes from someone, you can believe disappointed, and you will sometimes you feel a sense of not belonging. So, and then you will be completely shattered because you are totally dependent on the person. I want to encourage you, don't rely on others for your happiness. I know you can agree to disagree with me on what I'm saying, but these are just my true reasons. I find that if you rely on someone else for your happiness, these things can happen to you. Number two, loss of personal power. If you're going to rely on somebody for your happiness, your loss of power, you are giving your power away. So when someone is responsible for your happiness, you are giving your power away. You are giving them full control. So they're going to control you emotionally, okay? And then you're going to develop this internal source of happiness. You're gonna be reliant on them. You will not be able to know how to cope. You will not have a coping mechanism and know how to not rely on others. Okay, so being said, you will continue to allow yourself to allow yourself. So with that, shift it and allow yourself to be the master of your own happiness, okay? Your own well-being, regardless of your external circumstances. You have to realize that you are in control and you have to be in control of your own happiness. Stop relying on other people for happiness. That is why sometimes when we get into relationship and we rely on another person to make us happy, we cling on them for everything. What usually happens when the relationship ends, you always find that the women are the one who are more emotionally attached to that individual. They are the one more hurting, and the man just go on and live his life. But one thing I always gonna tell you, in a relationship, look for whether friendship or intimate relationship, long as you don't have the trust, the respect of of whoever you are with, you understand. If you don't have respect and communication in that relationship, you need to have a voice, you need to speak up. And if it continues, there's a persistent habit of that continuing, you need to distance yourself and know that these are red flags that you don't need to go further. Because sometimes people are emotionally broken, and sometimes they come into a relationship with being broken, and they're trying to, they did not fix themselves before they start a relationship. They end one, they go back in the one, and they bring all their trauma, their everything, and they know they are they sometimes they are comparing you to their past relationship. So I will encourage you, if you see these red flags and you see these signs, listen to me. You need to speak up. Don't sit down and just be vulnerable and give your power away to someone because you are heavily relying on them for your happiness. No, don't do that. That is something you need to start to stop doing today. Number 3, this is a final reason for you not to rely on someone for your happiness. Neglect of inner work. That is what I'm saying. When I'm talking about lack of inner work, we have to work on ourselves. There's a lot of broken men and women out there. You understand? They are not healed from their childhood trauma. They might have a previous relationship where they never knew what love is, what respect is, what communication is, and being honest, truthful. And then sometimes when they come into a relationship, they bring their old baggage in, and they do not work on themselves. They neglect themselves. They do not work on their inner self. So they are relying on you to fix them. I am telling you, do not fix broken people, because listen to me. If you fix somebody, you cannot fix somebody who is broken, because you do not know the extent of their brokenness. So sometimes your best thing is to tell them you are not ready for a relationship. Go and heal yourself. Go and seek the professional help you need before you start to come and engage in a relationship. Because a lot of times we see these signs as men and women, but we still put ourselves in a situation until it gone too far that sometimes we can't even get out. You understand? So I'm encourage you, make sure that you do not give your power away. Speak up. When you look outwards for happiness, you often neglect the necessary work of building a strong, resilient inner foundation. So always remember, you have to be the one to build that. You have to be the one to say, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I set out to do, and do it. You understand? You have to talk. You understand? You cannot be sitting down and taking disrespect each and every day. You have to speak up. You understand? And remember that don't give anybody your power away, and don't be too emotionally clingy. You understand? I used to be a person who used to be emotional when I was younger, but now I have realized that you have to keep your tears for when it's needed, and when it's really, really needed, then you cry. You use your tears, your emotions for things that are really dearing to you. You don't use your cry out your emotion, your tears, and waste it on relationship, because a lot of time you cry, and then if the person knows that you are emotionally, you are easily a person who get emotional state, and they know you are weak, they will walk over you and they take advantage of you. So always remember that, okay? You are building a strong, resilient inner foundation. I was speaking about neglect of work, which is the third one of people should never rely on others for their happiness. So in conclusion, true contentment and self-worth comes from self-acceptance, self-awareness, and building a life that is aligned with your own values and interests. So always remember that. You do not have to take all my words for all these reasons that I give you, these 3 reasons I give you. You should not rely on others for your happiness. I am just telling you how I feel, and I don't know if someone out there might feel the same way, or sometimes you have the same thinking that, but you do not know how to go about it or put it into perspective, or and say, oh, this is how I feel. Sometimes we sit silently too many times as women, and we are afraid. We need to speak up. Don't take blame for a man behavior the same way it's like a man not supposed to take blame for a woman behavior. You see? So always remember it's vice versa. I am not gonna take blame for somebody behavior if they cannot control themselves and they do not know how to listen, communicate, and be respectful. And I don't have time. Me, I will just be by myself and just zip my mouth, and you just go about your way. Because one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna try to have a whole individual like a grown ass man, or you understand, in terms of a grown ass man or a grown ass woman, trying to tell them like this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you do. If you are not ready, you're just not ready. It's just a meat of it. So let me go into conclusion. A healthy relationship supposed to be between two happy holy individual, two whole individual. If you are happy and the next person unhappy, and you are asking them what is the cause of your unhappiness, and they cannot answer, they need to work on themselves. You understand? Let them go and work on themselves. It's not your responsibility to work on other people. Happiness is their responsibility. Because if they want to get involved and be in a relationship with you, whether it be friendship, political, intimate, whatever it is, make sure that people work on themselves. Do not pick up on yourself to try to create happiness for someone who can't even create happiness for themselves. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm gonna speak a healthy relationship. I'm speaking on the conclusion. It's supposed to be two whole individual who add to and enhance. Okay, listen to the specific word. Our healthy relationship should be about two whole individual. Okay, who adds to enhance each other's life. In in other words, they rather than one. In order for the relationship to work, it can't be a one-way street. It have to be two-person who. Sorry about that. My mic went off, so I have to just speak. My mic went off. So I was speaking about. Let me just recap in case you missed it. This is the conclusion. A healthy relationship should be about two whole individual who adds to and enhance each other's life. So if you are not ready for that, you need to step away, okay? Rather than one person, just if it's me only or you only doing it, it doesn't make any sense. Bring the soul foundation to a relationship for the others' happiness. It doesn't make any sense. So make sure that you create your own happiness and don't rely on anybody else to create happiness for you. Otherwise, you're gonna be so emotionally attached. You're gonna give your power away. You're gonna be vulnerable, and you're gonna be unstable because they know how to push your button. They know your weakness, so they will take full advantage of it. So with that being said, I wanted to thank you all for stopping by today. Thank you for the love and support. Always happy new month, everybody, and hope that you all will have an amazing day today. With that being said, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys because I'm very busy today. I need to go and cook, and also I need to go and wash my hair. So with that being said, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. My beautiful butterfly, enjoy the rest of the day. Share the live streaming so that more person can at least, someone out there might be yearning for this kind of advice, or of the spoken words that I said today, maybe they don't know how to go about it. At least I give them a perspective or a reason how to go about it. So I want to say thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for the thumbs up, and also share it. And for those of you who are watching my live streaming right through, thank you. For those of you who are sharing my content, I want to say thank you. And I'll see you on Friday when we do another live streaming. Friday I'll be showing all what I'll be wearing for autumn/autumn. And maybe when fall winter come, I'll show you what winter stuff. But for fall, most of the stuff I'm wearing for fall, I'll be wearing for winter. But then I will be just showing you like, I'll show you like, okay, this is winter, whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna love you guys. Thank you all for stopping by today. In case you missed this live streaming, please consider watching it on the replay. It's very short live streaming today. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Love, peace, and light to you and your beautiful family. If you're watching me alone, thank you for stopping by. For my moderator Mola, I said thank you. For those of you who thumbs up, like, share, and continue to show me love on a daily basis. Please always check out my community tab and my community post. I always post on there just to hail you up and find out how you, my beautiful viewers and subscribers, are doing. So always check the community post for regular community posts on there. So thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.